This is Ode Knight from the show. We've had two different situations come up with more police shootings, and I'm sure there are other people who will be talking about this and the statistics that are happening. Excuse me, especially in this year where there are the least amount of police shootings in the last couple of years here, and the majority of them are perpetuated by one specific skin color. I'm not even going to get to the issue of race with that. Go look for yourself. Although ultimately it shouldn't matter, because anyone who wants to do harm to another human being who has done no wrong deserves to be punished. With that said, the focus of this discussion here is not about what has happened here as far as whether this was racially motivated or not in either of these circumstances, but what has actually come about because of technology. Now that we have not just smartphones that have decent cameras on them and recording space in order to be able to do so, to record these events as they happen, but we have the ability to be able to broadcast it live as it is happening to various formats of social media. In the case of the incident in Minnesota, it was broadcast live to Facebook. It was a live feed. And whether Facebook intended for their technology to be used in this manner or not, you kind of feel for them just a little bit coming from a company standpoint. But at the same time, they have brought something to the table that has been sorely needed in order to be able to combat injustice and in order to be able to get rid of the he said versus she said, and definitely put an end to this whole, oh, here's just a black guy with a gun. He made a threatening move at a cop. Cop had to put X number of rounds in him, and that's it. Nobody would care because that's just another black guy doing something bad. End of discussion. There are bad people in this world, yes. And there are good people in this world. And there are a lot more good people than there are bad people. But when you see a lot of people being gunned down needlessly, I don't care what color skin they have. If it's needless killing, unnecessary, especially when there are other examples within the same district where someone who is much more violent was dealt with without lethal force. And the only way we can even have this type of discussion now is because of technology, is because of things like this where we can do a live feed on Facebook or take those images and send them quickly on Twitter so that it'd be broadcasted to other people out there so they could see it as it's happening. If it wasn't for technologies like that, this wouldn't be an issue. So I want to congratulate them and tell them I feel bad for you, but you've opened Pandora's box. I'm pretty sure they didn't intend on any of this to happen, but you've delivered a solution to help fix a major problem. And this goes beyond who gets killed and what skin color there is, but to change an entire thought, an entire mood within a nation as far as should their stereotypes be challenged. and what is really happening versus what we were told to perceive in these type of situations. So your tools, whether you like it or not, are becoming a part of a solution. So my plea to them, while you're trying to manage your own business and make sure that you take care of all of your clientele and make your money and continue to innovate technologically speaking, as well as, keep everybody else entertained and happy and sharing those precious moments that they enjoy with other people, and keep them happy and keep your stockholders happy and keep the rest of society happy. But you are now involved in something here that really is a revolutionary idea, and it does need to be taken to the next level. And I implore to all of you who have these services, do not shy away from something like this. See if you could encourage somebody else to do a startup or spin off of something within your own division to be able to handle issues like this, and then have some sort of way that indemnifies you from this. It's like, okay, this upload here is based off of whatever this person is doing, and you are absolved from all legal issues whatsoever with it. Because this could have been, and probably is, somebody who is going to end up in another life or death situation, and this is their only proof, their only way out to stay alive, or their only way to get justice, or the only way to stop this problem from spreading elsewhere. So to all the major companies, or to anybody who's looking to innovate right now with technology, here is a moment where you can do so now. If I had the resources to do it, I would. And yes, while this is looking out for those people who have been systematically oppressed, this also could be used in favor of the police as well. Especially when you have people who just try and bring up frivolous lawsuits against law enforcement officials when they are doing wrong, but they're somehow gaming the system to get away from it. We need concrete video like this in order to shut that down, so that we as citizens aren't paying for them getting rich by scamming the police. The very same people we want to protect us, but not have to worry about them harming us, and not have to worry about them getting harmed, and not have to worry about them being gamed by some schemer. So this works for everybody. I'm just sick and tired of this type of nonsense going down. And yes, the media focuses a lot on Black people getting shot up. Yeah, it fits the narrative right now. But this is something that's been going on for decades. Decades. And to the Hispanic and white families out there who are also losing people as well, who have done no crime or should not deserve this level of treatment, this level of lethal treatment. This needs to stop. And this is one of the tools that we have in order to be able to stop this, in order to be able to show consistently that, hey, look, this is a pattern that needs to be corrected. Let us do something proactive about it before somebody else has to die. I don't care what skin color you are. No one else needs to die needlessly. To law enforcement officials out there, and to my friends who are Leos, obviously, I want you to stay alive. Obviously, if somebody is a real threat, you put them down. But if somebody's lawfully following your orders to go get their license, don't get all jittery and nervous because their skin color is slightly darker than yours, assuming that they're going to pull something on you. it's a dangerous situation. You do deserve to get paid more. But you also need the proper training. You also need to make sure that this stereotype that's stuck in people's heads because it's being perpetuated over and over and over again needs to get cut. It does. Each person is an individual. Each person is responsible for their own actions. And each person should not have to bear the burden of somebody else's actions when they had no influence in it whatsoever. As to the technology companies out there who have this, it's a tough road. Excuse me. It's a tough road, but you do have the capabilities to be able to bring evidence and justice and be part of a solution to a problem that needs to be addressed before it grows. I implore you, do not get rid of it. Develop it. It's what you do. It's what you should do. Have a good night, folks.